Hello my dear students, welcome all of you in our PPS video lecture series. I am Professor Bhumi Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, and in our previous lectures we are already completed two practicals. First to print the high multiple times and the second is finding the factorial of a given number. And now today we are moving onwards for another practical like to find the Fibonacci series up to n numbers. So I hope you are aware of the word Fibonacci series, but again we are repeating the logic for finding Fibonacci series. That is what actually. So the first two terms are fixed in this particular series, that is first is always 0 and second is 1, and then for finding next term we have to add this previous two term. So here the 0 plus 1 we are getting third term, that is 1, then third and second will be added 1 plus 1, then we are moving onwards, that is 2, again 2 plus 1 we are moving onwards 3. Likewise that you can find the Fibonacci series, and for that now today we have to implement the program using recursion. So first we have to include the header files, that I already done, and then we have to use the concept function. So the first element of function is always function declaration, that is before the void main, and here I am using the fourth category, that is function with argument with return. So the answer you all are knowing, here we have to return 0, 1, 2 something, clear. So the data type is integer, that is return type, then function name, that is suppose Fibo, and inside it we have to pass how many term you want. Suppose I am entering n equals 5, then you find 5 different term like 0, 1, 1, 2 and 3, clear. So for that we are writing integer n. Now inside void main we have to call our function. So first write down the void main, and inside it we need how many parameters. First our input, that is integer n, how many numbers you want, then I, because our first element is 0, and third is return value, that is t. Now first use the printf function for input value. So enter number n, for which we need n, how many you want to display the term. And now scanf function is for reading the value of n, that is %d, and then end of n. Now this is about the input part, and after input we have to call our function, that is what, Fibo. So before calling that function, now here our concept is changed. Suppose you are finding the factorial, then your answer is only 1. Suppose you are finding factorial of 3, then you are getting answer 6. But now in this case we have to find the different number of terms, 0, 1, 1, 2. So multiple value you have to return from the user, and for that we have to use the concept of for loop. So here I am using for, and the number is start from which value, 0. So here I am taking I equals 0 up to how many terms you want, up to n. So our condition is I less than n, and then our I will be incremented. So this is the for loop for returning multiple value, clear. And then inside it we have to write the function call. So here the function call is just like t equals the function name, that is Fibo, and we have to pass the value n. So when this function is called, some value will be written and stored in a t, and that value we have to print. So here we need printf function, and inside printf just I am putting space and then %d and the value of t. So this is what function call. So the first part is completed, that is function declaration. Second part is also completed here, that is function call. Now which part is missing? Function definition. So after void main now we have to move onwards for a function definition. We are writing integer, then Fibo and integer n. This is what we are starting function definition. Now inside this function definition we have to put the logic for Fibonacci series. Clear? So what is the logic? First we have to check our number is 0. If not, then we have to check our number is 1. If not, then we have to check for another value. For that we have to write the condition in a if. First, that is n equal 0. If this condition is true, that means what? Our return value is what? 0, because the first term is 0. Otherwise, we have to check for a 1 value, and for that we are using else if, because now we have a multiple condition. So for a multiple condition you can use nested if, switch, else if ladder, any of them. So here I am using else if ladder, and then check the second condition, n equals 1. If yes, then our return value is what? 1. So the first two term now will be displayed, because when n is 0 means our I is 0. Here in a Fibo, suppose we are passing I. So whenever I is 0, it returns 0, means first term will be displayed. Whenever I is 1, it returns 1 value and display the second value. And now we are moving onwards for a third, fourth, fifth term, and for that we have to use else condition. So after else if, we have to write else. So else, and then inside it we have to return which value? That is return function call again, that is we have to use the concept of recursion, and there is parameter we have to pass. First is a n minus 1, then we have to add this value, and then again call the function Fibo with n minus 2 value, and put simply this 2 term in a bracket, and then semicolon. So what is the meaning of this else part? When you are moving on third term, 0 and 1, that is already displayed. Now when you are moving onwards, then our else part will be executed, and 2 times our function will be called again with n minus 1 and n minus 2. Now execute this program, how it can work. So for that, suppose I am taken here the example, suppose n equals 4. Then what happen? Here our I is always start with 0, because the by default term starting of Fibo is 0. So here Fibo 0 will be called and the n value becomes 0. So simply the first condition becomes true, that is n equals 0, and this return statement will be executed and return at a function call and store the value, that is t equals 0, and that value will be printed using printf statement. So here just the 0 will be printed. Then now our for loop will be executed second time for I plus plus, and now our I becomes 1. So again the function is called with I value 1, and now move on a function definition. So n is now 1. So else if part will be executed if is wrong, because n is not 0. So moves onwards on a else if, and then n equals 1 becomes true. So it returns simply 1 in our variable t. So in a printf, the second term, that is 1, will be displayed. When our I becomes 2, now call the function with Fibo 2. And now in a function definition, now n becomes 2. So if part is not executed because the condition is false. Again the else if part is not executed because the condition is false, and directly jump onto the else part. And in that case, now the Fibo n minus 1 means what? The function is called just like Fibo. N is right now what? 2. So 2 minus 1, what happened? 1. And then plus sign is there, and Fibo 2 minus 2, which value we are getting? 0 will be called. Clear? So here 2 times the function is called again and again. So if you remember, Fibo 1 answer is what? 1, because when this function call again, our n becomes 1 and it returns simply 1 value. So here the Fibo 1 we are getting the answer 1, and plus Fibo 0 means n is 0, simply it returns 0 value. So the addition of 1 plus 0, the final answer will be written in our void main and inside t it will be stored, and simply print the third term, that is 1. Likewise that this program will execute. Suppose now my I is incremented and it becomes 3. Then now here our n is what? 3. So first condition is false, second is also false, and last move on to the else part, and the term 3 minus 1, that is 2, will be called Fibo, and then 3 minus 2, that is 1, will be called. So Fibo 2 answer is what? 1, and Fibo 1 answer is again 1. So final 1 plus 1 will be written in our void main in a function call and store in a variable t, and we are getting the next term, that is 2. So suppose my n equals 4, then in that case our loop will be executed 4 times with 0, 1, 2 and 3, and 4 term will be displayed. Clear? Now execute this program, compile and run it. First we have to save it. So here I am saving with the same name. First compile the program. There is no error. So you can directly run it and just see the message, enter number n. For what? How many term you want to display, and suppose I am taking 6, then you are here getting 6 different term for a Fibonacci series, that is 0, 1, 1, 2, 3 and 5. Clear? Now execute for another example, compile and run, and suppose here I am getting 15. So how many terms will be displayed? 15. So you can find the Fibonacci series up to 15 terms. I hope you guys understand this concept of recursion very well. This is very most important topic, so be prepared with it. If you like this video, then thumbs up. If you think this video will help some of your friends, then do share this video with them. Also you can subscribe my channel, so when I upload new video you get a notification.